right, OG.
Yep.
All right, you ready?
Yep.
So who do I have here with me today?
Robert Richardson.
Wow, Robert. That's a nice name.
Yep. William's the middle name.
All right.
I'm 58.
You're 58 years old, and what's your current living condition?
Homeless.
Homeless. That's awful.
Because
I like to say displaced.
No, because I continue to have some kind of relation with my wife.
Yeah.
After she killed me.
Well, so she tried to kill you?
Yeah, she did. She killed me.
Wow.
She ran my head over with the car.
That's awful,
broke
man.
both temples into my skull. My skull filled with blood, and I died.
I'm so
I have 9
sorry
broken ribs, 2 breaks in my left leg. My left lung was collapsed that night.
Wow. And what happened to her?
Nothing. I was outside the vehicle, and she was in the vehicle, and she just drove over me. On purpose.
So she was trying to do harm to you?
Well, a long time ago. See, I was in a coma for 5 weeks.
Man,
and
that
2 years ago,
awful.
she told me how to get out of one.
Yeah.
What you do is you hesitate for a second, and different options will appear for you.
Wow.
And I was out in the blink of an eye.
Man, I'm so sorry that happened to you. It's a shame that nothing happened to her. Why do you think that is?
I just pressed charges on her.
You did or you didn't?
I just did.
Okay.
I was dead, so I wasn't able to speak for myself that night. And the cops did a bad job. She had a protective order from several years ago. That said for me not to visit her. The cops decided that we mutually, her and I, both broke the restraining order.
Okay.
But we didn't. My van didn't run.
Oh,
okay?
wow.
She
Yeah.
went to me from her new living location, wherever that was. I didn't go to her.
Yeah.
She was bipolar. So she got pissed off and she ran me over. One, as I looked at later, I looked into my email from Google, and she had stolen all 4 of them, especially when I was dead. And I had told her before, because she had gone to prison for identity theft, wire fraud,
Things of that
forgery.
nature. Yeah.
She did a year. And I said, honey, I hope you don't ever get the misinformation that you should just go ahead and steal from me, because if you do, they aren't going to have to look for you, because I'm going to bring them right to your ad.
Let them know,
Okay?
yeah.
Okay, so please don't ever try that. It won't work out.
Yes.
Well, she did try that. And she was doing that April 25th. Okay? I saw a note come from a firearms guy for a carry concealed weapons permit that she paid $400 for in my name.
I'm sorry that happened to you.
She can't have one. She's a fucking convicted felon.
Wow. So why do you think that she would want to conceal firearm?
She started going through my contact list, and she started fucking everybody from the very beginning. There's a guy in my contact list. I mean, everyone. God. And that one of them is somebody now that I'm finding out she's had as a boyfriend for 2 years. Okay, who's a known felon and wanted fugitive. He needed an identity.
So they decided to take yours.
She decided that I was old enough to where I didn't need to live anymore. Fuck me. She's stealing my identity and she's going to get rid of me, so I didn't catch her.
That's awful. So, to jump back on course, so what's a day in a life like out here for you?
Well, I usually wake up whenever I wake up.
Okay. Do you have a time that is, or is it just whenever you wake up, like you said?
Right now, okay, I'm out and about because my mother disowned me because I still continue to have a relationship with my wife.
Mothers usually do that. Yeah, mothers usually do that.
Okay. Well, the problem is she's Cartel now.
Oh, no.
So if they see me on the light rail, the next thing I know, they've been calling each other, and there's 8 of them in the light rail train waiting for me to get off so they can jump me.
Oh, I'm sorry to hear that, buddy.
So there are nights when I just keep going and moving and going and moving, and they have to go all night until they're too tired, and then they split. Well, I don't get a good sleep.
Yeah, so I talk to a lot of people, and they displaced people. I'm all over the valley and stuff, and they say that they have to use like crystal meth and other drugs so that they can stay up all night, so that they can keep and not get the rest or the last of their belongings stolen. Now, is that true out here for you? Or
it's not true. It's not true at all. It's true.
Okay.
Yes, I use it. Okay, but the reason I use it is because I like to use it.
Oh, okay. Well, that's different.
And that's the reason why they use it. They're just lying. Okay? Because they don't want to sit there and be a piece of shit.
Yeah.
Okay, well,
At least you're honest. You're forthcoming.
my stuff gets stolen every day. If I take my eyes off it, it's gone. These are backpacks that I get from Circle the City.
Okay.
And yesterday I walked in there because my stuff got stolen over the weekend again
Yeah.
by the cartel.
Mm-hmm.
And I just went in there and said, look, I had to come back here every day to get a blanket each day.
Yeah.
And they're tiny little things. And they've taken all of them. I have
Sorry
no way
to
to
hear
stay
that,
warm.
son. Yeah.
And so the lady brought me another backpack and bigger blankets. And she got me warm at night.
Well, that's
Finally.
good. At least you got blankets and stuff. so,
I was
yeah.
amazed.
That's cool.
Completely amazed, because the only other time I've ever had any success dealing with any kind of a organization that was helping you was the Salvation Army out in what is it? Out in not Davis, California, but one of the cities out there where there's a lot of homeless people.
Okay. Yeah.
Okay.
There's Salvation Armies out here. They do a lot for people too sometimes. I don't know
Well,
how good or
probably
bad they
in
are.
Salvation Army, they got one bar soap and 14 guys in the shower, and that's how they do it.
Yeah.
It's a little more than uncomfortable.
Yeah, obviously, yeah.
And then it's barrack sleeping, and then there's some guy that's 150 years old sleeping next to you with hacking up a lung all night. You just don't want to be there the next day.
Yeah, understandable.
Yeah.
But I mean, I would think that anything would be better than being on the streets. What say you?
Well, okay, in that particular town, it was originally a Hells Angels town.
Okay.
So that's when they started out. So they split their families into little tracts. Okay, and incest is common.
Oh,
It's rampant. Okay,
Yeah, I'm sorry
because
to
they're
hear
all
that.
setting up their own nests, and they wanted diehard believers in them,
Yeah.
and so they didn't want anybody,
Yeah.
second guess them. Okay, and one of the guys that I became friends with was this enormous 285-pound big dude. He was 6'6".
Wow.
He was the son of one of the notorious gangsters.
Yeah.
And
Okay.
he said, look, I'm a son and everything, but there's 200 of us. Because
a lot.
he never married anybody.
Yeah.
He just screwed every woman so that she'd have his kid. And then he would have a home everywhere.
Yeah.
That's true.
Wow, man, you have such an interesting story. So, what was life like prior to you becoming displaced? Do you have family? Do you have a
contractor.
mom, a dad,
Yeah.
a father, things of that?
My dad was an electrician and a contractor.
Okay.
All
Did you
my
have a
brothers
good
are
life?
contractors. We spent a lot of time not talking to each other because we were both hotheads.
Okay.
But I've been an electrician for 43 years.
You've been what?
An electrician for 43
Oh, okay.
years.
Wow, that's
Project manager. I've been the director of operations for other people's companies. It's just a matter of where do you want to put your heart. Contracting is a way of life. It's not just something to do. Unless you're really good at it and you got really good
agree.
people.
Yeah.
Okay, well, a lot of people just, they live it or they don't.
Yeah.
And so, they don't make money. A lot of contractors are not good contractors. They're just good at doing electrical work.
They just try to get money and get jobs for really expensive rates and then rip people off. That's my experience with contractors. There's only a few that are good. There's good and bad everywhere.
Well, the thing is that's residential work if it's electrical.
Yeah.
Okay? Contractors doing residential electrical work, it's easy.
Yeah.
It's the easiest type of electrical work there is. But your guys that do it are easy in the mind.
Yeah.
Okay, and when I started working for my dad, we started doing a lot of service work. And then we took electricians, and I had to take guys and teach them to be good electricians, doing good work, and then send them into an ag to crawl around.
Okay.
And that's hard to do because they'll quit on you. Okay, you can't really charge enough for that. You know, it's a commercial thing. You know?
Yeah. So was that life prior to you becoming displaced? What happened that made you become displaced? And where are you from, if you don't mind me asking? Are you from Arizona?
Originally, I'm from Tinley Park, Illinois.
Illinois? What brought you out here to Arizona? If you don't mind me asking. I mean,
In 1976, my dad had enough of freezing to the pipes that were outside,
yeah, I figured as much.
and there was 4 feet of snow in the ground, front yard.
Gosh.
And we lived in the suburbs. We did not live out in the country.
Yeah.
So we left. Okay, and he drove out of Illinois straight south, down into Tennessee and Texas and all that, and going down south in order to get to California.
Yeah.
It took 3 full days of driving. And my dad went and bought a van before we made the move, one of those small Chevy vans, a new one, and stuck styrofoam on the walls and said, "Okay, everybody in the pit, in the floorboards, because we're moving."
And then Arizona, you came. So what do you think of Arizona so far? How do you like
California.
it?
I lived in California
okay,
for 43 years.
Okay.
Okay,
What's better, Arizona or California?
California, because it doesn't get to 123 degrees.
Yeah, I would. Yeah, I was
Ever.
gonna say.
Okay,
Yeah, it gets so hot out here. Wow.
my dad and I, when I quit working for him, okay, from the time I was 14 or 16, I went to work for him, and I worked for him for 10 solid years. Then we had a big falling out, and for 17 years we didn't talk.
That's awful, man. Are you
It
guys
was awful.
talking now?
No, he passed away.
I'm sorry to hear that.
Well, I came back here in 2015. I'm from California, and that's what they wanted me to do, so I did. And we started talking.
That's good. At least you talked to him before he passed away. That's good.
He
What about
was-
your mother?
He was 70 years old.
Yeah.
And he died because he had rotator cuff surgery because he was a leadoff hitter on his softball team,
Yeah.
and he tore his rotator cuff.
Hmm.
And they did outpatient surgery on him, and he got a kidney blockage, and he died.
That's awful, buddy.
Yep.
Well, like I ask everybody, man, is it scary out here in Arizona being displaced? Is it dangerous? Do you guys have a lot of camaraderie out here? I know you said people steal things and do things like that, but are people, other than that, are they okay?
My stuff gets stolen because the cartel's stealing it.
Yeah, I
They
know
don't
you
want-
said that. Yeah.
They want to see what I'm doing.
Okay. But what's it like? I mean, are people mean out here? Is it dangerous?
There
Things
is a
like that.
degree of camaraderie,
Yeah.
but you're on the bottom end.
Okay.
And the bottom end is most of those guys in the bottom end are going to stab you in the back too.
Yeah.
So,
All right. Yeah.
you know, I wound up getting girlfriends, and they were, one of them's name, literally on the street, was Spunderella.
Whoa. Yeah, that's pretty wild.
She, after we broke up, got 6 years. She's running away from home all the time because that's really what was going on in the hood.
So why do you think Arizona has so much homelessness, and what do you think that we could do about it to try to change it or stop it?
Arizona has what they call a right to work state, right?
Yes.
Okay. Meaning everybody has the right to go to work.
Yep.
Meaning that they stuck it to the labor force, and you don't have the union looking out for you. In California, you still do.
Yeah.
Okay, the union is not as strong anywhere out in the burbs as it is in San Francisco. But I did a lot of work in San Francisco, and I was never union.
Yeah.
Okay, but I worked with a lot of union contractors, and they just accept it because it's good for their business.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, but Arizona, okay, there's one thing that you can't do if you're from Arizona. You cannot travel. Okay, in California, you get people from Oklahoma or wherever traveling to your state, paying for a motel room that they can afford to pay for because of the money they're getting paid when they go to California. Okay, and still being cheaper than you. Okay, in Arizona, you can't do that.
I wonder why that is. That's
because
weird.
the work here is so cheap.
Oh, yeah.
People don't
Okay,
make the
got it.
money.
Yeah. So what do you think? I mean, why is there such a influx of homelessness within the past 10 years in Arizona?
Well,
I mean,
think about
it's
it.
so bad. It's like they don't even let people use the restroom anymore out here.
No, they don't. They don't.
So,
They don't in a
what's
lot of
going
areas.
on? What's going on?
Well, I think the planning department in every city is completely ass backward.
Yeah.
Okay, what should have happened is the assets of property should have been evaluated decades ago,
Yeah.
and they should have been going, well, look, you're taking out X number of trees, which are the shade and the way for people that are homeless or whatever on the low end of stuff to
Yeah.
get out of the sun. They don't have a bathroom. They're going to use the side of that tree.
Yeah, that's true.
And if you take it out, and they've taken them all out, okay, Walmart, you can't have a homeless guy just squatting in the middle of a
Yeah,
parking lot.
yeah, that's true.
They don't care. And if you look around, there is no replacement of any of the trees and shade and grass and a place to go to the bathroom.
Yeah.
It makes you a sex crime criminal if you piss outside.
Yeah, I know. If someone catches you, that's awful. Also, I was gonna ask you. I ask everybody, where do you see yourself, man, in the next 5 years
Well,
from now, if you can think or whatever that far?
because I was killed,
Mm-hmm.
okay, I'm going to be doing it on my own, which is I'm going back to work.
Okay.
The thing is, I got tired of being responsible for everybody's work. You stick
Makes
your
sense.
neck out.
Yeah.
You got guys that do what you want them to do, and so you have to stick your neck out, take chances on jobs that you otherwise wouldn't want to.
Yeah.
Because, why do you got to stick your neck out all the time?
Yeah.
Because you made deals with people and they did their part. So that means they got to have a way to move up too.
Yeah.
And if you don't have that, then they're going to quit on you. Okay.
So you see yourself working again, huh?
Well, when I've been working, I was an electrical contractor. I was the boss.
Yeah.
Okay. I did 15 years worth of electrical work for the Oakland days. I did Lucky's, Honeywell. I did
Wow.
like 5 or 6 hospitals.
Man, that's awesome, man. So you plan on getting back to work? That's good.
Well, what I plan on doing is I plan on buying an RV for myself, a big enough one that's comfortable, so that I can go wherever the jobs are. Because I really hate.
Oh, that
commuting
way
all
you
the time.
can travel to job site to job site. Yeah, that's cool.
You know. And part of the problem in Arizona, I've been working in contractors where they've got project managers that are trying to give a guy 15 different jobs and pay him $15 an hour.
Yeah, that's not good.
And I've never done that to anybody. You know,
Yeah.
I'm an electrician. I can't take and screw a guy and then try to get everything I need out of him.
Yeah,
You know,
it just
and
don't work. Yeah.
In Arizona, you can't do that.
Yeah.
Okay, you don't have the skill set, and if a guy wants to make a lot of money in Arizona, he has to leave it.
Yeah. Yeah, that's what I've been told before. You know, Arizona, like you just said, the work is so cheap here that people have to go elsewhere to get a decent amount of pay. So, you want to work again. Your wife tried to kill you. Man, this was an interesting... She did kill you. I'm sorry. This is an interesting interview. So, last but not least, I want to know... is there anything you want or need or desire? If someone were to see this interview and they have the financial means or they're able, is there anything that you want or need that someone, could get for you?
I need a pickup truck.
A pickup truck?
Because I need to go to work.
Yeah,
and I need to carry stuff. I had a pickup truck.
I wish we could get you one.
The transmission and the clutch went out in it. And then it got stolen. Okay, I had a Pontiac G6.
Yeah.
Paid for it. It got stolen. Okay, I've done bathroom remodels recently and room additions for people. And,
yeah.
Here nobody has any real money.
Yeah.
Okay, so if you're doing that and you're on the low end,
yeah.
Because I don't have a contractor's license here.
Yeah.
I had one in California. My brother's got one here, but he could literally not pay me and not have a problem because I don't have a license.
Yeah, I know what you mean. Yeah, there's a lot of people who are trying to do that. Like when someone
do it on
when
purpose.
someone does a job, they do a decent job, and they'll say, "Well, are you licensed and bonded?" And if they say no, they just say, "Oh, well, we're not going to pay you now, even though the job is done and good."
Yeah, the inspectors want it that way.
Yeah,
You know.
that's awful, man. Well, so you want a pickup truck, man? I wish something could happen where I could, someone would donate a pickup truck to you, man. That would be amazing. I would love to bring it to you, man.
Well,
that would be amazing.
There's more to it than that. You see,
Yeah.
you're a reporter.
Yeah.
Okay, there's a reporter's edge. I don't necessarily have to get my ex-wife convicted, but I could do a story on her,
Yeah.
and everybody could get to see her face and see what kind of a criminal looks like.
Yeah.
That has a long history of identity theft,
Yeah.
and forgery, and all this shit. And it becomes really hard to do to people if they already know what your face looks like when you go to show up.
Yeah.
to
That's
bullshit.
awesome. Yeah. Well, man.
And the cartel themselves,
Yeah.
they're going to not do things. Because I think the cartel, whom are German Mexicans, I don't know if they're actually citizens of Mexico,
Yeah.
but I believe their parents, much older parents, are the ones running the show. I'll bet you they used to be Nazis. Okay, it
Yeah.
didn't go to Argentina. It probably wasn't the parents. It probably was the parents' parents.
Yeah. I don't know. Well, man. And last but not least, do you mind me putting this on all my social media so I can just showcase what homelessness is and educate the youth and things of that nature?
Go ahead.
Thank you, sir. This was a pleasure. It was amazing talking to you. You had a heck of an interview, man, and I want to thank you. And next time I see you, I hope that I have a truck for you. But I'm gonna be honest, that's a reach, that's a dream. But you never know. Someone might see this and might make it happen. I don't know.
It's not that much of a stretch for a reach because today I went down to Cass.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, and the security lady at the gate lets me on in. I get to the location where the food is, and the people there shut the gate, and they won't let me have any food. And I'm like, what the fuck are you doing? You
Yeah.
did this 3 days ago to me. Oh, well, you didn't get here in time. I go, I fucking got here plenty of good time.
Yeah.
Okay, what's your job, man? Your job is to take food other people give you and to feed people.
Yeah.
Not to look for reasons why you can say no.
That's true.
Okay, and then on the way out, I talked to the same woman that let me in. And she goes, oh, I don't care. I go, I know you don't care. Okay, and that's something that your boss ought to give a shit about.
Yeah,
Because
I'm
you shouldn't
sorry
have a
you went
job
through that, man.
where you can use technicalities not to pay people or feed people.
Yeah.
Okay, and that's ridiculous.
Yeah, it is, man.
Why are you doing it?
I'm sorry that happened to you, buddy.
Well, I'm not, because
yeah,
I
I
told
am.
her. I go, you know what? You guys get paid by the council that you have to get your money from.
Yeah.
Okay, the next meeting that you have, I will be there talking about your attitude and his attitude
Yeah.
and what you guys are paying. This is CBI. Okay, you have no competition. Okay, they are required. To
They're a
other
non-profit,
businesses-
you mean? Yeah.
I know, but other businesses do the same thing,
Yeah.
toe to toe with you, and to make your work better. Okay,
It's true. Yeah.
and you're gonna get it because I'll do it. I'll
Yeah.
take all your work from you.
Yeah, man, I think you should try to go and see if you can
I'm
make
gonna
a
go and
difference
get-
and change.
I'm gonna go and get a permit for putting a trailer in the street and talking from it.
Yeah, maybe I'll go down there and see if I can get some, see what's going on with that little situation. But anyway, I just want to thank you for your interview. I want you to know, that you can do it. I feel that you gotta, you're smart. You're a very smart person, and I think that you can, you can get off these streets. It's all up to you, buddy.
I was worth $1.5 million at 35. I did not go to college.
That's amazing.
Okay.
I
My
believe
wife
it,
stole
man.
it all from me. Great, whatever.
Yeah.
Okay, but at the same time, since the pharmacy was successful, I owned a pharmacy too. Okay, why? Because she was a pharmacy tech, so I built one.
Wow.
Okay? And the way I got that was because when I was in 8th grade, I took $50 per share and I bought 8 shares of Apple Computer from an investment broker. And then I kept that guy for the rest of my life as my investment broker. Okay? And the year that Yahoo went crazy,
Yeah.
okay, I handed him 10 grand. And less than a month later, he handed me $95,000.
Man, that's awesome, man. See, you got a unique story. We're gonna have to get a part 2 for you.
Definitely, you should be doing the story on that family, because how do you get rid of people that are stealing from you? You deport them.
Yeah.
If they're Nazis, they don't belong here.
Oh man. Well, like I said, man, I want to thank you for this interview, and
Thank you for talking
this
to
was
me.
awesome. Yeah, anytime.